Good morning. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. I am happy to be back with Sandra P's Extras on Bravo. We have a couple of topics, some of them social media related topics. So we'll go into those. Some of them I have not been able to get to yet. So you are already familiar with Real Housewives of Potomac as far as the when they drop the taglines in. They put them in probably about the third episode. I think that was the first time they showed them. So I will go ahead and go over the taglines. I'm going to pull them up. Right now, if you're interested. Oh, no, that's actually the Married to Medicine review. Let's start with the Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine, because that actually is coming back. I'll give you the information that I have on that. That was one of my first reviews that I did. So if you will, go back to Sandra P's Gen Extra, and I have a playlist of the last season of Married to Medicine, of season 11. So we're coming back with season 12. They have their premiere date. Everything is set for that. It's going to be November 30th. So they will be on Sunday nights. And I'm going to have a goal to do my live reviews Monday morning. So that will be on Bravo. If you have Bravo, you watch that Sunday night and then join me for the live review so we can discuss. That's Married to Medicine. I'm excited for that. Welcome, Elisa Triplet. Thank you so much for coming in during the live review. This is a few extras on the Bravo ladies right now talking about Married to Medicine. This is season 12 upcoming. And because they keep so much going on social media now, that's a Pandora's box that Dr. Heavenly opened. We're going to follow her right down that rabbit hole because everyone knows she's running for office. If you don't know, she's running for Congress. So good luck to Dr. Heavenly with that, however that shakes out. If she's the best candidate, I wish her well on that, if she is the best for that. But I've heard that she's saying that she cannot run for office and be working for Bravo full time. If that's the case, okay. But actually, she is friend of this season. I don't know if it's because of the congressional seat or because news was going on all during the off season of Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly's son, Damon Jr. There was a case coming to fruition about him having some trouble on the campus, getting into it with campus police, who was an actual officer. He wasn't just a security guard. And Dr. Heavenly, she wasn't really covering that on her YouTube channel. She was over there talking about everybody else. So this is going to be interesting to see how she covers this, even as friend of. So I'm going to play this trailer. I'll talk about the trailer a little bit. I think Toya is going to be front and center waiting to bring this up. I don't blame Toya. Toya and Eugene, out of all of the couples, have had every single cast member, particularly Dr. Heavenly, all in their business, commenting about their financial business all of the time. And they feel like they can do this because even though Dr. Eugene is the doctor, Toya, to me, they don't treat the doctor's wives with as much respect. Toya is a season 1 OG as well. She's not my favorite. She's grown on me over the years. I appreciate how she can sometimes be real. Now, Toya gets with the shenanigans as well, but this season, she will be well within her rights to get with the shenanigans. And I hope Toya says everything that she wants to say related to Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon, son, Dr. Jr., Damon Jr., make no mistake about it. This is not Zach, the dentistry student. This is the other one. He's also at college. They have 3 children. And then Alora, we've seen her on and off on the show. She was down at FAMU. I believe she either took a break or I know she's no longer there, but she was trying to influence or something like that. But this Dr. Damon, Dr. Heavenly's son, Damon Jr., this case, she tried to keep out of the public eye because it's very serious, everybody. I don't want to see him do any jail time. I hope they can work out whatever they needed to work out. But I don't appreciate how Dr. Heavenly relishes talking about all the families. Thank you for coming in, Cece, during the live. This is Bravo Extras with Sandra P. Gen Extra. Cece's my moderator. Please click the like button. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So one of the extras I'm covering, Cece, is the Married to Medicine trailer. But right now, I'm speaking about Dr. Heavenly coming back as a friend of, supposedly because she's running for a congressional seat and she cannot do both. But I speculate and I believe, and this is just my opinion, that Dr. Heavenly doesn't want all of these things that are coming out about Damon Jr. to be covered on the show. And I was saying, I hope that Toya, who has been the victim of the subject of a lot of Dr. Heavenly's speculations, mouth saying whatever she wanted to say, I want Toya to be the one to let loose and say whatever she wants to say about this case. Damon Jr. is an adult. I hate to see it as far as if anything truly negative. But again, I'll preface this with saying I don't want him to get any jail time or anything like that. But Dr. Heavenly is going to try to spin. She spins over there on her YouTube channel. She was one of the ones that was, I think Mariah Huck had a YouTube channel first. Bravo had a problem with it. Dr. Heavenly has been able to do it, I would say successfully, but sometimes she throws a lot of mud in the works on that show because, and also on other shows, Dr. Heavenly will talk about any and everybody's family, children included. So for her to think Damon Jr. is going to be off limits, he's not. In the preview, I'm going to play the preview. I'm just going to play the sound, y'all. We're going to hear her. She doesn't want to talk about it. I think Toya mentioned it. And then we're going to see Dr. Damon trying to buck up to Dr. Eugene. Don't talk about my children. Dr. Damon, that's not going to work. Talking low and slow, we don't care. I want any one of them, including the newbies, to say whatever they want to say about your children or anybody else, because Dr. Heavenly is the one that can actually, she's the one that started that. I'm going to put up a comment that is exactly what I feel. I'll read it, and then I'll play the trailer, and we'll talk some more. Elisa Triplett says, Heavenly can dish it out, but she can't take it. Amen. That's 100% the truth. Okay, I'm going to play the trailer. I'll hold it up, but mainly it's the sound. You can listen, and then I'll read out the cast, the new cast members that they have.
Don't we want to see all the craziness?
No, that's not. Let me see. I think I have a better one. One moment. All right, I'll play the one from Instagram.
For the drink right now, if you're interested. Set your intentions on what you want to release. What kind of plans focus on the negative? These, bitch. Say, God, I thank you for healing me. You're a fucking life. And you're a damn fake ass bitch. You don't need all God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. This season on Married to Medicine. What's up, players? What's up, players? This is the third annual Med Gala. Your iron tablets tend to constipate you. You'll be full of shit, but don't worry about that. I think we're ready.
Don't be nervous.
Boom. Perfect. I decided to take my IVF journey to Ghana. I wanted to travel over to the motherland for my babies. Girl trip! Welcome to the sun. Oh, sucking now. The newbies will have to share. Share a room? Share a room. Where's the closest Ritz Carlton? My name might be Angel, but I can be fiery. I do want to date. What's the most important thing? This? No. Okay. I inject. Anywhere you want to improve, I'm your girl. Show me how to get them twins. Flip it. Welcome to the beautiful island of Jamaica. We've had 10 couples trips.
We understand that problems happen in relationships.
Come on. Okay.
Are you upset?
Parenting a child with special needs.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
If I had to learn about my son being arrested on social media, what else is out there?
I decided to take this journey with you, but let's be realistic.
Don't do this to me.
I don't give a about the people who don't give a about me.
Because you know I do.
Be a leader and lead the men.
Right.
Who obviously don't feel like you are.
And you know what needs to change? The lives.
You gotta change wives?
He has kicked her out. She has called her fake.
We need to be careful of you, Queen.
Girl, bye.
Don't say that about my son, bro.
You dog got a whole fucking family. Leave my kids out of your mouth. I cannot Dr. Jackie do this shit. It's not gonna work. Wait a minute, baby. You got the Bible in your lap. Stop.
That devil don't care nothing about cursing with the Bible in her lap. That's Dr. Heavenly, y'all. She's going to have to work this season. She's coming back as a friend of, but they're going to put Dr. Heavenly to work. Let me put Elisa Triplett's comment back up. I hate it for Damon Jr. I like all of the Married to Medicine children, young adults. So I like Alora. I like Damon Jr. Zach is the sweetest. But I'm sorry, Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly has laid a table where these other women are going to sit at. And I don't think even Dr. Jack is going to be able to keep Toya's mouth off of these young adults. Damon Jr., there was a record out there. I think it was buried. We see Dr. Heavenly talking to Dr. Damon about it. I had to find this out through social media. I don't believe you, Dr. Heavenly. I think she knew. I think she was more upset about social media finding out and the world finding out, because had this been any of the other children of other cast members, she would have already been talking about it on her YouTube channel. But of course, she's not going to cover her own family in that light. We've seen nothing personal about Dr. Heavenly other than Zach going off to medical school and then him interning with her. We got to see Alora when she first went off to FAMU. But interestingly enough, they didn't cover when she came home and her journey of wanting to be an influencer. Now, I think a place for her, she maybe, if she was going to move anyway, she should have moved to New York and went with Next Gen NYC. You see, they just got a new season. They got a season 2. So I'll mention a little bit about that. This is going to be a hot season. So I wanted to pull up the actual new cast that they have out here. It says season preview, a family secret comes to light. So that's no secret. That's the kind of the downside of them talking so much on social media about the whole season, about everybody, because we already know that the family secret is related to Damon Jr. We already know that. So the new ladies that are coming in, one's name is Angel. So we have another Angel that was from, I believe they said she was on Basketball Wives or something like that. So I'm not sure. This is another Angel, and then some Angel Love Davis, and then Brandy Milton. One of them has one of those medical kind of like aesthetic businesses. They do injections and things like that. Now, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott, they do a lot, even though they're sports medicine, they are able to do that stuff as well. So I wonder if we'll see alignment with Dr. Contessa. Of course, Dr. Contessa is back. Dr. Mimi Sanders, we saw a scene with Dr. Mimi and her husband, Dr. Steve. No, he's not a doctor. Steve is married to Dr. Mimi. He's former NFL. We see they're going to introduce a special needs son. So we didn't hear anything about that last season, because Dr. Mimi, I like Dr. Mimi. I liked how she came in. I liked the Southern Belle persona that she was putting on, but we see Toya going to buck up on her and say they have to learn to trust her. Because remember, toward the end of the season, thank you so much, CC. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Toward the end of the season, Dr. Mimi was kind of allowing herself, in my opinion, to be weaponized against Sweet Tea. They got Sweet Tea up out of there. So now we still see Quad. Quad is on this fertility journey, supposedly, allegedly. I'm not sure. I don't know that Quad ever really wanted children. She's saying that she does now. I'll take her at her word. She's still not married to this man, King. And I don't know that King should have taken the place over, let's say, Dr. Greg and Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea seems to still want in really badly. She's always on social media. You can find her saying something. She was talking about Dr. Wendy's situation last week, kind of co-signing something that Dr. Alicia and NECA were over there saying. In fairness to NECA, I don't think NECA really weighed in, but NECA just put up a post, and then people went under the post, and Sweet Tea's under there with this long paragraph related to that. So we have the usual suspects. We have Toya, of course, is back as full-time cast. We have Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Dr. Contessa is now full-time. As I said, Dr. Mimi. And then friends of, oh no, let me go back to full-time cast. No, they have them under here. It says new recurring cast members. So then they have Angel Love Davis and then Brandy Milton. Okay, so this is interesting. And then Dr. Heavenly, they don't list her as friend of. I'm just reading that in a lot of other places and also hearing that. All right, here's a headline. I'm not sure who put this in here. One of the reality TV sites, it says Dr. Heavenly Climbs has been demoted to friend of ahead of season 12. But if we're to believe Dr. Heavenly, I don't know that I do. She's saying it's because of her run for office. So we'll see about that, if that's really indeed what it is. So the ladies are back. They're looking good. Here's their group pic. They'll have to find out a way to put that on because I'm going to want to use that as a thumbnail. J Reality TV blog. He's on IG. So all the ladies are looking good. Dr. Jackie is in the center. Also, Quad is standing ahead above her in the center. Quad finally got her center space on her ex-friend Mariah Huck's show. So congratulations to Quad. So that journey to Ghana, I don't know about that. I'll be happy to, I'll follow along. But King looks like he enjoys being on TV now. There's a lot in the blogs about him and his luxury car business. We'll see how much of that comes up. I know Toya's going to be talking about it as much as she can, and I'm here for it. I think Toya can say anything she wants to say about any of the ladies, no matter what she might have in her past, because they've thrown a lot of mud on her over the years. Do you remember when Anila had that robbery? Now, Anila is in every scene. If you look behind the certain scenes, you'll see Anila there. Anila was actually, her and her husband, allegedly, there were rumors out there that they were trying to point a finger at Dr. Eugene and Toya, which was ridiculous. They live in those neighborhoods. They're not going to go in there and put on a cat burglar suit and try to rob their neighbors' homes. And I heard Quad was instrumental in that rumor. So I want Toya to be unleashed this season. I think she will. We know Toya can actually do it. Cece is calling Dr. Heavenly by her government name. I don't believe Dr. Elaine. She's a liar and the truth ain't in her. That's true. That's true. Dr. Heavenly has been known to lie, or Elaine, that is her name. She has been known to lie. I think she's thinking, well, if I'm friend of, they can't get me too much. They can still get you, Dr. Heavenly. You're still going to have to show up for some of these scenes, and there is no script as to what they're going to be able to do. Toya being an OG, she was there season 1. Dr. Heavenly was there season 1, interesting enough, but she was not in any cast photo because Bravo didn't want her. She was behind the scenes. She was at that same party where Mariah and Toya got down and it ended up in the pool and all of that. So Dr. Heavenly has been making mischief, sometimes fun, a lot of times not. Y'all, over the past few years, I have seen Dr. Heavenly, some of the mischief that she makes was a little dark. And she got away with it because of who she did it to. Last season, when she brought Apollo Nida on against Phaedra and tried to put it in a phrase such as, I wanted to see how, if they can tell other people how to co-parent. She did not do that for that reason. And then the ex showed up. The whole thing was really messy. It was beneath Married to Medicine. I see that one of the parties, this is the 3rd annual Met Gala that Dr. Jackie throws. I'm not sure if it's a separate party, but there's a theme party that looks like a Pimps Up, Pros Down. That's a little too much. These ladies try so hard to be edgy and all of this, but honestly, Married to Medicine and the doctors don't have to do all that. And I don't understand what they're trying to be. I hope they're not trying to be Real Housewives of Atlanta, because Real Housewives of Atlanta is not even Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I don't want to see all of that, honestly. But this looks like it's going to be a good season. Again, November 30th. So it's going to be coming live on Bravo if you have Bravo. If you watch it on Peacock, I've tried it both ways. This year, I'm going to watch it on Bravo so I can watch it Sunday night. And then join me if you can Monday morning. I'll be doing the live review. And it's always fun to engage with the chat. People will remember stuff that I don't. I'll bring up something that will stir conversation. So that's going to be really fun to do that. Real Housewives of Potomac right now is the Sunday night show. And then I do the live reviews on Monday. And that is always a good time. So again, we've already know that the family secret is Damon. And let me see. I wanted to pull up the taglines. The taglines, they were just okay. And let's see, this was Real Housewives of Potomac. If I didn't save it, I don't even know that I'll go through it. All right, I don't think I saved it. I may pull that up at the end if I can come through it. But now the new ladies I'm going to go switch over to Real Housewives of Potomac. The thumbnail you see I have behind me. I'll switch over to them because what I wanted to say about the new ladies. The new ladies on Real Housewives of Potomac, we have Tia. Tia is the realtor. She's a luxury realtor. She was a housewife for some time, but she's a luxury realtor now. She and her husband have 4 or 5 children. I know they were twins, 5, because no, the boy might be one of part of the twins. I think 4. There's twins, and then there is a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, 2 girls. And then we have Angel, who has 2 children that they're very young. One is a toddler and one is a baby, because we saw the baby in the high chair. And then they mentioned that when they go on their vacation, Giselle's hosting a cash trip to the Caribbean island of Nevis. And they were mentioning that Angel's saying she doesn't drink. I don't know if she doesn't drink because she's a new mother and she's still pumping breast milk, because she says she'll have to pump and freeze milk. Somebody was asking her about it. But I brought it up during the review. If you haven't seen that review yet, please go in and watch the latest Real Housewives of Potomac review. And y'all, there was so much going on. I missed like 3 scenes. I may do that in a separate video. But there was a scene where Giselle is doing a confessional. And she starts she made fun of Tia's outfit as far as what Tia wore to Angel's house for the kind of a relaxing retreat type day. It was sound bowls and things like that. Dr. Winnie and Giselle said they didn't have fun. So Giselle had the nerve to say, oh, what you had on wasn't stylish. She said that to Tia, because Tia had on yoga pants, but it was that type of event and it was at her friend's house. So Tia said, oh, I know you're not talking about stylish. So they went back and forth a little bit, Tia getting the best of Giselle. We found out that she offered Giselle help with her fashions, and production came in with an assist and put in about 10 terrible fashion choices over the years Giselle had made. So that shut Giselle's mouth. But she did a confessional. What she directed toward Angel, I didn't care for, y'all. What she said about Angel was, I don't know what's going on with Angel's. She mentioned Angel's breast. I don't know what's going on with her titties, she said. And then she said, no, scratch that. Everybody's looking good. Everybody looked lovely. But she was serious. She knows how this works. She knows that if she says something provocative enough, production is not going to scratch that. They're going to show that. It's like if you're in court and somebody throws out something that's not really allowed and they say, jury, you didn't hear that. I'm throwing that out. The jury still heard it. So Giselle did that on purpose. Y'all, I'm kind of worried about Angel. I want Angel to stand in her square. Do not let these ladies intimidate her. I think she's a great new cast member. I think watching her with her husband, Bobby, and the way they engage, I'm really impressed with him. He's one of the house husbands. He's not going to be in the women business. What he does, Elisa Triplett says Giselle has a lot of nerve. She does. She does. And that's why that comment stuck with me. I didn't like it a lot. What Bobby does is he will set his wife up to kind of talk about what's going on between her and the ladies, but he doesn't engage too much and he doesn't do too much. They had a scene out to breakfast one time when he asked, how's she getting along? Then he had another scene where they were in the kitchen. He and her father, her mother is deceased, her father were making breakfast. They were making sausages. Little baby was waiting on her food. And his mother, Bobby's mother, was there at the house. And Bobby was again asking how it's going with the ladies. And we find out Angel's upset about the whole chin checked comment with her friend of 20 years, Kierna. But Giselle making that comment about Angel's breast. Angel, she didn't know, of course, Giselle said that. They're watching the show back with us. So I'm sure that's going to be something that's going to make her feel a little bit upset. And what Giselle was referring to, Angel's very curvy, and she had on, they were all dressed for the Preakness. And Kierna did not like Giselle's outfit. Giselle had on some type of 2-piece jumpsuit with flowers and a fascinator hat like the rest of them had on. Kierna didn't like Giselle's outfit, but she didn't make fun of Giselle's body. Remember Giselle crying for 3 years over Candace saying, not today neck, not today ankles, about Giselle lying on her husband, which Giselle says she doesn't have to lie anymore because there's so much mess going on. So I'm glad to hear that. But I just want Angel to kind of not take too much of this to heart. I hope that comment didn't hurt her too badly. I don't like when production does that. And I'm here with what Elisa Triplett said. Giselle has a lot of nerve. Her and Tia going back and forth about Giselle being tacky, I think that was fair game. Giselle making fun of a breastfeeding mother, that's not fair game. You already know that this lady has a young baby. You already know that her size is going to go up and down. I think that is below the belt. I don't want to see any more of that. I don't want to see any more of that because I don't think Angel, this being her first season, I don't think she's cut out yet to really know how to go back and forth with the ladies like that. in my review, I left out the Sprinter scene. They were in the Sprinter, and then Wendy, Dr. Wendy, for some reason, Wendy's still trying to align herself with Giselle, who can't stand her. Giselle aligned herself with somebody who physically assaulted Wendy. You know that throwing water at someone is an assault, but actually liquor was thrown in Dr. Wendy's face. Now, she verbally read Mia her rights. She sent Mia in a frenzy. Mia tried to hit her with a clutch purse after Dr. Wendy started talking. But what I didn't like about Dr. Wendy, she tried to pick on Angel as well. Kiana was doing so much and talking so much. She was dribbling champagne, and Dr. Wendy wanted Angel. If this were my friend of 20 years and I had on a cotton dress, I'd wipe her mouth with the dress, which was crazy. Okay, they were in a Sprinter with drinks and everything. There's a napkin somewhere. This lady's dressed up as the rest of you are. There's no need for her to take her dress, cotton or no matter the material, and wipe anybody's mouth unless it was one of her children or a disabled adult that's related to her or something. I can't really think of a circumstance where that's appropriate. But I'm seeing kind of little digs toward Angel, and I'm a little concerned for her because we know how some of these jealous ones, when someone has a loving husband, they're going to start to target Angel. They may even try to target Bobby, and I hope she's prepared because I think a lot of them, even if they watch the show, sometimes they come in and they are not prepared for what some of the OGs with Giselle is. Ashley's not an OG, but she's a veteran. She tried to get started as well, even though she wasn't even there. And then Dr. Wendy is a veteran with her own drama. I'm not going to show Dr. Wendy and Eddie's mugshot anymore. When I was breaking the news that day, I did show it, but it has gone viral and gone somewhere different. Whether or not there is insurance fraud going on. Now, we hear Dr. Wendy is now accusing the police of false arrests. That's another Bravo Extra. So we'll see what's going to happen. Dr. Wendy, I hope her and Eddie kind of get control of this thing. Honestly, I don't want to see any of them doing any jail time. I don't care what people think about Wendy, how phony, fake she is. And I'm watching the season now, kind of seeing different sides of her. But I have to keep telling myself, are you seeing this only because of what's in the news, or is this something that is there already? Now, Kiana, who's not really able to express herself clearly, feels like Dr. Wendy treats her differently. As she said, when we're on the phone or alone, it's different. The TV friendship is something else. That was something else that came up in the last episode. Kiana getting upset with Dr. Wendy when they met. Dr. Wendy showed up looking gorgeous, but overdressed, and production was focusing in on her rings, which I was as well, her bag, which I was as well, that lavender two-piece suit that she had on, I was also. So now we're going to have to look at Dr. Wendy the whole season like that, even though the season's already in the can. It's been shot and we're just watching it. And then she was on the Real Housewives House Swap as well. I'm interested to see that. We heard they took it down, and then there's rumors that they're going to show it. I watched the first episode, y'all. They had Angie K from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That review is a little late because if you follow me for Sandra P is Free to Move About the Cabin, I went to see Diana Ross in Raleigh the other night. Durham Performing Arts Center. I'm still coming down off that, y'all. I may do a separate video on that. I shared a few clips, but because it's music, of course, they're copywritten immediately because it's the boss. But I'm non-monetized. I'm working toward that. So I'm not too concerned about it. It's not a copyright strike. It's just, it couldn't be monetized if I could. So what was I speaking about? Oh, Dr. Wendy. I don't want Bravo to treat Dr. Wendy and Eddie any differently, because when this first broke in my first video, I was also talking about the other many Bravo celebrity robberies that we've seen. Earlier in this video, I mentioned Anila, Quad lying on LaToya and Dr. Eugene possibly being involved. Anila claimed a lot of jewelry, heirlooms, cash money, y'all. They always lose cash money. So now in the paperwork for Dr. Wendy and Eddie, I think the total claim was some upwards of $423,000. So they put it as over $300, but it was something about the policy max, $423,000. So I hope they're able to get a handle on that. I don't want them to be away from their children. I don't get into whether or not, they actually did it or anything. Innocent until proven guilty, like these other housewives. Dorit had a huge robbery out there. Kyle of Beverly Hills, Dorit's in Beverly Hills. Kyle had a robbery upwards of $1 million out there. So Dr. Wendy and Eddie, they know now, if they didn't know before, that they can't do everything everybody else does. Cece saying, I'll have to look at the wife swap episode. Cece, I'm going to watch Dr. Wendy's episode as well. Like I said, I fell asleep on Angie K's one from Salt Lake City, because y'all know what I thought? I actually thought when they said Real Housewives wife swap, that they were swapping with housewives from other cities. That's not the premise of the show, y'all. They take a regular person, like Angie K is swapping with this lady from Oregon or something. She and her husband are trying to be off the grid. They have 3 children. And if you watch Salt Lake City, Angie K has multiple 3 franchise salons, and she has 10 salons. Some of them are franchise. 3 are direct owned by her and her husband, Sean. They do hair and they manage these salons, and they're very successful at it. Her home is spotless. She lives in a $4 million home. Right now it's up for sale because she wants more land. Her daughter, Alexa, rides horses, and she wants property to be able to keep a horse. But they start out, you know how they show how the one housewife lives. So they're showing her, Angie is anal about cleaning. Everything is clean, spick and span. She even, the kids, her child, she has one daughter, Alexa, and Sean were like, will you go get bubble tea with us? She's like, I'm still cleaning up. I got laundry to throw in. So they match her with this lady from Oregon or somewhere. Her and her husband have decided they're going to try to live off the grid. They have 3 children, younger children than Electra, because when Angie went to their home, they didn't have running water, y'all. They have to go down to a place on their property. Now they have a lot of land and it's beautiful, but there's no running water in the house, even for the toilet. And they were showing Angie around. What I liked about Angie, she didn't let it show if she was disgusted or not, or that she didn't want to. She just expressed concern about how she's going to fit in. Now, crazily enough, the family, I thought that the kids, one of the little boys said, oh, we're going to get ready for a rich brat. Rich people are brats. They kind of had in their mind something against Angie K and how she was going to show up and present. And even when the mother from Oregon went to Angie K's house, she kind of was like snooping all over the house. Oh my goodness. Oh, why does she need all these shades? You know, and shades are kind of Angie's thing. She even revealed that she has a brand coming out, all these different sunglasses, all of the stuff. The daughter, Electra's room was gorgeous. The lady was saying, this is nicer than my whole house. So it was kind of interested to see, but I'm like, Cece, I'm going to look at the Wendy wife swap episode, but unfortunately it's not going to be another housewife. It's going to be just a regular person that knows of the housewives. Because I found it interesting when the lady from Oregon got there, she said, she looked at the family pictures and she said, oh, it's Angie K. So all she knew was that she was going to Salt Lake City. So obviously it would be one of the Salt Lake City housewives. She did not know which one. So I'm curious to see where they're going to send Dr. Wendy. I hope Dr. Wendy is careful with how she is how she presents herself. Of course, you know, not to go in there and be like, oh my God, no running water in this dirty house. You know not to do that. But yeah, at least the triplet is confirming, yeah, this is how wife swap is. I remember when Jill Zarin did the show years ago. It's a very interesting show. Okay, well, it still is interesting. I was interested in it. They had a scene where Angie went out to kind of like a neighborhood bar with the husband, and that let the husband know. He said, I got to take my wife country dancing. Angie was doing her little 2-step. He said, Angie's the fanciest thing this place have ever seen. Angie did look good. She had a little 10-gallon hat on and her little short denim skirt and cowboy boots. So that was going to be pretty good. So let's see. Potomac. Yeah, Angie's has I couldn't find the tagline, y'all. I'm going to try to, because I have one more thing to say to Angel about her tagline. She said that she's an angel, but the devil can come out or something like that. Let me see. Stacey had a pretty good one too. I want to pull up all of them. All right. Stacey's is, some people believe the lies, but still I rise. So that one was pretty funny. That was good. But I want to see if I could find her. It was something about angel. She can be an angel, but something. Y'all, I'm sorry I did not pull that up. But I don't want to see any of the new ladies, particularly Angel. I think Tia can kind of handle her own. Tia's not playing. So I don't want to see Angel kind of trampled on by the ladies that have been there. Because Ashley is a menace. We saw that she had, last season, they showed the scene where Dr. Wendy was trying to prove that she takes up for Kierna. Kiana running out after Angie mentions, oh, we heard that your business might have been funded by drug money. And Kiana running out and should have been telling her, well, we actually saw on TV that you were married to a predator and worked to protect them, even though he was assaulting staff. And then he came out later and tried to sue Candace over it. And they end up throwing that out because Candace was not lying on Michael. All right, so let's see. We covered the Married to Medicine trailer, family secret threatens. And if you come in now, if your team replay, please click the like button. Also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We covered Dr. Wendy. We covered wife swap. And the only thing that I'm missing is the tagline. So I do apologize for that because I wanted to go over Angel's tagline. I had a few notes for Angel. All right, here they go. Let me see.
When the nest is empty, it's time for naked, grown, and sexy. I put the high in higher education. Some people believe the lies, but still I rise.
Beauty is my business, but getting you together is my specialty. You can only touch pearls if you have them. And darling, I have those. Hell have no fury like an angel scorn. This cherry blossom is ready for her second bloom.
Okay, so Angel's was hell hath no fury like an angel scorn. I think Angel's got it in her. I do. And I want her to be able to readily defend herself. Now, I know some of the stuff she won't know they said about her until it airs, but I need her to have her head on a swivel, especially with Giselle, especially with Ashley, and now, unfortunately, with Dr. Wendy, because I don't know what that was in a sprinter. Wipe your friend's mouth with your dress, because Dr. Wendy, what? You got to return a lot of those clothes, or allegedly that's what people were saying. So I know she wasn't going to wipe anybody's mouth, even Giselle's with her dress. So I didn't like that. We'll see where this season is going. Y'all, we have been here over 30 minutes. So this was just a quick Sandra P's Gen Extra. Let me make sure I covered all the topics. We got the Married to Medicine trailer. We had wife swap. We talked about Real Housewives of Potomac taglines. Dr. Wendy's wife swap episode being restored. Y'all, I think we need to run those numbers up because, I'm going to BravoCon. I don't know if I'm going to try to come up with a question. Those of you that are here, I'll share something special with you. I'm going to BravoCon. This is what they send. So your Bravo Marathon IRL. So it's Vegas. So this is going to be covered under my Sandra P. It's free to move about the cabin. It's November 14th through the 16th. I'm ready. This is general admission. So they send you this. I have to register this. I'm going to register this today. And it was like protected as if it's money. So they said, don't put this on until you get there. And then when I pull this and it's actually on my wrist, it doesn't come off until I'm ready to leave, and I cut it off. And it's going to give me special admission to certain events. A lot of events are covered, so there'll be panels and things like that. Real Housewives of Potomac, that's one of the panels I know I'm going on. Any show that I cover Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will be there for that panel. Thank you so much, Cece. Have fun at BravoCon. I can't wait for your content. Cece, I know I appreciate you. I just want other people to know when you see someone with a wrench and they're a moderator, it's because they're in here. I can count on them to just come in. It's unpaid. Some of the larger channels maybe are able to give things. I don't. I just appreciate you. Thank you so much. But I love the fact Cece will drop information in my DM, help me find stuff. So I find that amazing. One of the ones she dropped in there the other week was Katie Ross dropping tea on Ashley. And I remember Ashley speaking up under Katie's clothes, calling her hamster, P-U-S-S-Y or something like that. So Katie came out in defense of Dr. Wendy and was saying, I stand with Dr. Wendy, but Ashley, I bet you know what it looked like because you were down there munching. So y'all, I didn't know that about Katie and Ashley. There were rumors about Charisse, y'all, Charisse and Katie. So Katie's bringing all the girls to the yard, y'all. So Ashley, this is another thing for Angel. Angel, I know she is a busy mom. She's in her loving marriage. She's breastfeeding her little baby, but she better make time or have friends or a team that make time, dig up whatever you can on these ladies. And when they start to spray you, I want Angel to spray them back with her words. Because Kiana is clearly no help. She can barely express herself. And she's shown that she will kind of turn on Angel in front of the group. So right now, I'm going to take Angel under my wing and just wish her well, wish her a successful season. Thank you so much, Elisa Triplet. I plan to. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about it. So this is just Sandra P's Gen Extra. Thank you all for coming back, spending that time with me. And I will see you in the YouTube streets, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.